What's up, everybody? What's up? Valhalla Sports Talk is on the air. 2026 Winter Olympics, USA versus Canada in ladies hockey. And Valhalla Sports Talk is here for all the action. Let me do some early shout outs to the early arrivals up in here. Timothy Gaukula in the house. Carmen Don Allen up in here. The old rounder is in the house early today. Old rounder up in here. 17 in the house. This game is set to start at 11:10 a.m. Arizona time. That's 10:10 on the West Coast, 1:10 on the East Coast. And as I mentioned, Valhalla Sports Talk is here for all the action. 4 long years the U.S. has waited for redemption. And it's finally here if they can complete the deal. So excited. This game will take place at Milano Sataguia Ice Hockey Arena. It'll be covered on TV on USA Net. USA Net will have it on the TV. And looking forward to it, y'all. Right now on USA, you got Sweden. This is the bronze medal game, I believe. And it's in overtime. Hi, Val. Haven't been here since the Dodgers won the series, says RDNAC. What's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, so this bad boy's in sudden death, 3-on-3 hockey with the bronze medal on the line. Retoucher in the house. What's up, man? What is up? Ooh, the winner, the game winner. The Swiss win it in overtime. Wow. Heartbreaker. Switzerland wins it in OT, and they will get on the podium tomorrow or later today with bronze medals being put around their necks. Sweden dejected. Alina Mueller with the overtime winner for Switzerland. She went top shelf, ladies and gentlemen. Top shelf. You mentioned it, her second net-winning goal. The game winner 12 years ago was a 15. Top shelf to get the dub, y'all. And the bronze medal belongs to Switzerland. First time they've been on the podium in 12 years, so 3 Olympics. Some crazy hockey the last 2 days, y'all. It's crazy. All these games going to overtime. All right, they're lining it up for USA versus Canada, y'all. Again, this is being shown on USA Network here in the States. Let's go, man. Yeah, the men won yesterday. They play again tomorrow in the semifinals. I'll be streaming that. Yep, the U.S. men play tomorrow in the semifinals against Croatia, I believe. It's already scheduled on the main page. Already up there. 25 in the house. There were 25 waiting for me to go online. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, y'all. I appreciate you for being here. Now YouTube will do what it always does and push me down in the rankings. For what? I don't know. I don't really know. But yeah, we're sitting here. We've got about I'd say about 20 minutes to the drop of the puck for the gold medal game between the United States and Canada. So these bets are not confirming anymore, are they? Let's see if they're taken. Yeah, they're taken. We've got 3 bets, which is what I saw made, but they're not confirming in the chat. 21,000 in the loyalty pot. Old rounder bet USA quadruple sevens, baby. Quadruple sevens. I'm looking forward to this one, y'all. Looking forward to it. Probably got to get me a drink, get my drink on. Some kind of water, flavored water. But how's everybody doing today? One day away from the weekend. And as I mentioned, tomorrow I will be live for the U.S. men's team as they try to advance to the gold medal game. Absolutely. Absolutely, chat. Let's go to the secondary screen right quick here and do a quick little pregame, right? A quick little pregame. Hold on. Hopefully we don't drop because of the transition. Kenneth Garrow in the house puts 10,000 on the USA. Let's go. So we got the ESPN talking heads up there. This is the last 5 games for both of these teams. Canada 3-1 in the tournament. The United States 4-0. U.S. has been dominating, y'all. I think they've only allowed 1 goal in the entire tournament. They've been winning. You know, you'll see it right there. You see it right there up on your screen. A 5-0 result against Sweden. They beat Italy 6-0. They beat Canada 5-0. Maybe they haven't given up a single goal. If you look at that, it tells me they haven't given up a single goal yet in the tournament. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy, chat. Well, let me take you to my channel to give you an idea what's going on here. There is the men's game for tomorrow, y'all. This is the scheduled stream for the men's semifinal game against Slovakia. So hope you join me for that as well. Yeah, we are live right now, y'all, with USA versus Canada, men's, women's hockey. How far am I from Tucson? About an hour and a half. About an hour and a half as the Camry flies. Yep, yep, yep. Let's see what it looked like on stream, y'all.
The terrain changes, the weather shifts, but performance should never wait.
I don't want to watch a commercial. I wanted to see me. But yeah, if y'all could go over to the main page there and hit likes on all those videos that are coming up, I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. All right, let's go back to the main. It's a rough transition, it feels like. Oh, much better there. Much better there. Canada has won 4 of the 7 gold medal games they've played against the United States.
Rivalry, the sport. But whatever record you have coming into this game, throw it out. It's one game. It's now. And there's been upsets back and forth, not just in the Worlds, but the Olympics. We were 8-0 going into the gold medal game.
And let's go. Let's get this thing going.
This year's roster, it's very hard to find a weakness. 15 different American players have scored in this tournament.
15 American players have scored in this tournament. They've outscored their opponents 31-1. They're in the blue sweaters today with USA on the chest. Red numbers with a white outline, their names in white.
Canada boasting the best player in the world in Marie-Philippe Poulin, who has a similar story, an incredible resume. 7 of her 20 Olympic goals have come in gold medal games. She is so clutch. How dangerous do you expect?
The U.S. has won 7 straight games against Canada. This gal's supposed to be the best hockey player. Poulin for Canada. She's supposed to be the best female hockey player. She wears number 29. Canada in the white sweaters today with red numbers, their names in black.
Streaking 331 minutes.
Shout out to the 33 in the house. If you're new, please hit the sub. Give the video a like.
When it all comes down to it, and you've been in this position before, and you have seen the trajectory of women's hockey, and this rivalry started with.
There I go, dropping down the rankings, y'all.
Keep their heads out of it and stay grounded on the ice. Training to do. You have the Olympic rings and the Canadian or the American logo in your head. This is what you train for. This is your moment. You got to come together as a team.
This is the only stream today on the channel, y'all. Only stream today. Tomorrow I'll do that men's game at 1 o'clock and then the Laker game at 8. And then Saturday we get into the NASCAR stuff. If qualifying goes off, that'll be at 9 a.m. my time. And then I'll have Arizona versus Houston in men's college basketball before we ended up on Sunday with NASCAR coverage. I did the community post today for the assigned numbers. So if you haven't got a car, go over there and put your claim in on one. Put your claim in on one of them bad boys. Maybe we will take the gold. I hope so. Everett, I don't think I have you in a car, bro. I think you got to get over there and find a car that's available. Yeah, I don't think I got you in a car, Everett.
Tell your doctor if you've had a stroke. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it, as serious events have occurred with Evenity. Signs include rash, hives, swelling of the face or throat, which may cause difficulty.
Oh, let's get to some hockey. Let's resurface the ice and get out there, y'all. All right. It dawned on me you didn't have one.
Hungry. Order Uber Eats. First beer of the way, so you're not for everything. Oh, right there. Oh, I got this. With Chewy Pharmacy,
Kareem in the house. I am very excited to watch this and subscribe to the Winter Olympics, so I will be getting all the updates. There you go, man. There you go, Kareem. How many in the chat would go down in a luge if they gave you the opportunity? How many in the chat would go down in one of these luges on the luge course at the Olympics? Would you go down on your own, or what if you were just riding along? How many in the chat would do it? Apparently, it's absolutely terrifying. Apparently, it is absolutely a terrifying occurrence.
Aren't hiding from used car shopping?
Maybe. I'm always here to help. So, Carfax. Carfax can show how damage affects price. See you.
All right, so we're about 10 minutes away from the drop of the puck, chat. Just about 10 minutes away. Now, none of the websites have very good stat pages for this, y'all. Let me see if Canada's if their deal is better. What the hell was the name of that? What is the big channel on Canada, y'all, for sports? I forget. Dang, I forget what the name of it was. I'd ride a Zamboni, says RD. That's in my bucket list. Yeah, they're doing a feature on the rivalry. PSN Canada.
The leader, an all-time great. Abby Murphy. Muscle. Grit. Determination.
Let's see if we can find a stat page on here.
Just have to find a way around this Canadian nightmare.
I don't know that they got a stat page. I'll do the luge wrapped in bubble wrap, says Everett. I don't know if they got a stat page, y'all. Now, there's the U.S. locker room. The ladies looking pretty serious, looking ready for business. The U.S. has already beaten Canada in this round 9 days ago. Just one game, though, y'all. Eric checks in. Canada's won the gold 5 times, the U.S. twice, apparently. Marv Albert and A.J. Lazesko on the call. All Greenwell says, "Go USA." One of the players is from Northeast Ohio.
And tonight, no, it's not going to be. It's going to be a great game.
I'd sure like to get a better stat page. Sure would.
Hillary Knight opens up with a couple goals. She tied the goal scoring record for American women. She tied the point record for American women, but she's more importantly the emotional leader. And then you've got
ESPN's is seriously lacking for this. How about Yahoo? Yahoo's been on point at times for a stat page.
Of 16-1 periods. Is this, AJ, the best United States team in women's hockey all time?
No luck. I'm the only person who picked a team in the VST Fantasy League. Oh, for NASCAR? Yeah, I'm not going down that road. Anna Bilka out of Coppell, Texas. 4 goals, 3 assists, a +9 rating in this Olympic.
The goal back in 2010.
Yeah, I just can't find a decent stat page, y'all. I just can't find one. Never had that trouble before. If anyone knows, let me know. All right, Canada's coming out. White sweaters. The maple leaf in red on the chest. Black helmets. No, Everett, you literally went and looked at the post, bro. The 22 car obviously is taken. The show in the U.S. locker room, John Robleski, the coach, is giving them their pep talk. His motivation speech sucks. That's right at the top of the post, bro. Come on, ladies. Come on, man. Give them a pep talk. My God, they're going to want to go to sleep after this shit. It sucked. All right, U.S. in blue sweaters, red numbers, USA across the chest. And Team USA takes the ice. Both teams on the ice, warming up, lining up on their respective blue lines for the national anthem.
Goals, the last three, and they decided in extra time.
My coach is headed to the benches. Aaron Frankel will be the goaltender for USA. 5 game played, 3 shutouts. She's 4-0 and given up 1 goal. Canada's coach is Troy Ryan. I think we're just going to stay on this main page, y'all, the whole thing, because that stat page is nothing. I can tell you how much time's left in the period. I can literally tell you how much time's left. I will post every goal that's scored in the chat. All right, Everett, I got you. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Finish the deal. Yeah, there's no reason to go to that stat page with as limited as the information is. Maybe in between periods, but I don't think so. All right, here we go. We got a lady ref, lady official, and we're lined up. All right, the whistle. And we are underway. We are underway in the gold medal game 2026 Winter Olympics ladies hockey. USA with the puck in their own end, going right to left, breaking out of the zone. It's sent in. Canada picks it up behind their own goal. And they get it out to neutral ice where the United States retakes possession of the puck momentarily. Canada quickly the other way. Far side there. They are going left to right on your TV screen. Let me take these off. I don't need to hear the alerts either. All right, U.S. with the puck in their own end. 19:10 to go. First period. Here we go. Moving quickly on this left side. A shot on goal. Saved. Knocked away. Canada taps it out of the zone. The U.S., though, chases. And their defensive pairing are trying to get it back to one another. Canada gets the turnover on that far side there. It comes to this side and out of the zone. Out of the zone. Canada with it. Their own end. Them far boards blocked by one of the U.S. players, sent back in to the Canadian goaltender, who shuffles it along the boards to the far side there. Canada finally gets out. Oh, no, they didn't get it out. Kept in by the glove of a U.S. player. Here we go. It's sent into the U.S. end. And I think we're going to have icing on the Canadians. Icing on the Canadians, chat. What's up, Shelby? All right, we got a face-off to the left of the Canadian goalie, won by the Canadians. U.S. taps it to keep it back in, though, sends it right back there. Canada with possession of the puck, takes it to center ice. And a flip sends it in. Canada will change. I got U.S. pushing on this near side here. Gets turned over. Canadians with speed. We got a whistle offsides on the Canadians again. Offsides, chat. Cute AI hockey girls. Yeah, pretty cool. That puck's still cycling around here. It's now in the U.S. end. U.S. with it behind their own goal. They send it along the far boards, get it out to center ice, and Canada just mucks up the middle of that area there and takes possession of the puck. 3 minutes in, there's been one shot on goal. All right, Canada with a chance here. Centering pass, and a shot goes wide right, picked up by the Americans. Sent to the far side and backhanded into the Canadian zone. The goaltender sends it to one of her defensemen. All right, comes back out to neutral where the U.S. takes possession of the puck. And they ping pong it back and forth, y'all. U.S. with it currently in the Canadian zone. A centering pass goes off the stick of one of the Americans. Canada trying to get out here. And they do on the far side, but it's picked up by USA again at mid-ice. Dumped in on this near corner. Actually, it's a save by the goaltender. That will go as the second shot on goal. Shots on goal led by the United States 2-0. We got 16:22 to go in the first period of this gold medal game between the United States and Canada. Cho in the house. Kerm in the house. What's up, Kerm? All right, flipped out to neutral ice. And another icing called on the Canadians. They're showing the last 7 meetings between these two teams. U.S. has won 7 in a row. They've outscored the Canadians 35-11. So this is definitely a battle of the underdog versus the favorite. Centered goes right through the legs of one of the U.S. players, and it's tapped in by the defense behind the goal. Set up along the far side boards. Another shot saved and covered up. There'll be a face-off in the Canadian end to the left of the Canadian goaltender. U.S. now 3-0 on shots on goal. 3-0 shots on goal, chat. Shout out to the 29 in the house. All right, Canada exiting the zone on the near side here with speed, 3-on-2. Sent in, gloved by the U.S. goaltender. There'll be a face-off in the USA end to the left of the goaltender. Caroline Harvey, the defenseman, featured on the TV right now for the United States. That face-off was, I think, won by the U.S., but who knows? Canada with it. Behind the net, they bring it out front. A shot saved, and the U.S. clears it. Best chance of the game so far for Canada. That was their best chance. They've now got 2 shots on goal. U.S. now in the Canadian end. Cycling on that far side, back and forth. High and low. Sent in behind the net. Centering attempt is gloved by the Canadian goaltender, and they'll hold on for a face-off. A face-off to the left of the Canadian goaltender with 15:13 to go in this first period. All right, U.S. wins the face-off, sends it to the defense. We pinch to keep it in on this near side. Behind the net now, but it's 2-on-1 back there. Canada comes out of the zone. It's backhanded into the U.S. zone by a Canadian player who then chases it down. Near side corner now. Backhanded centering pass. Backhand blocked by the defense for the United States. And here we go. U.S. exits. Nice pass. Shot, save. Nice pass on that far side resulted in another shot on goal. Shots on goal 4-2 in favor of the United States. 14:27 to go here in this first period. Wait, I think we got a penalty. Canada's going to get a power play, y'all. Too many men on the ice, or too many ladies on the ice. Damn it. All right, Canada wins the draw. Near side corner here. U.S. gets it out of the zone. Feathers it in to the Canadian end. 1:41 remaining in the penalty. 14:05 in the period. Canada coming out of their own end. Center of the ice. A dump into the corner. Chase down. It goes all the way to the far side point. A shot on goal. Saved. Far side boards now. Battle for the puck. It comes around here to a Canadian who's all by herself. She centers to the defensive gal up top. Here we go. A shot blocked by the U.S. defense. Still in the U.S. end. Canada 5-4 skater advantage. Far side point. All right, comes out of the zone. Comes out of the zone. A line change. All right, here comes a player right side. Shot on goal. Pad save. The U.S. fires it down into that far side corner. 33 seconds to go on the power play. 12:57 to go in the period. Action end to end. Canada near side with speed. They dump it into this near corner. The battle for the puck ensues. Canadian comes out with it, sends it to the near side point. A shot. A save, and it comes out. And it comes out of the zone. All right, the Canadian penalty is over. They got the puck, though, in the U.S. end. Still in the U.S. end. It's dumped in. U.S. blocks it out to neutral ice. And we got a whistle. All right, we go to our first commercial break, y'all. First commercial break. This is going to be a brutally brilliant matchup. Hopefully. Hopefully, girl. There's literally nothing on the ESPN page, y'all. It hasn't even updated to the point where it tells you how much time is left in the game. So I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah, there's nothing there. So you're not missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing, y'all.
Right.
That five-time Olympian Captain Hilary Knight wearing the microphone for us today.
They're doing a feature on Knight of the United States, Hillary Knight. She's mic'd up today.
Thanks to Hilary Knight for wearing the mic.
Right, U.S. with it in that far corner there. Canadians come and muddle it up. We're in the U.S. end. 4 shots on goal for each team. 11:50 clock running here in the first period. It's backhanded all the way down in the Canadian zone. It'll be icing on the United States.
And see how they react. We also think about the leadership of Hillary Knight with your being vocal with her team. And she told Team USA at practice yesterday, she said, remember, you guys, why you signed up for this sport? Just a reminder.
U.S. bringing it out of their own end, feathered along the boards on that far side. Into the corner. 2-on-1. U.S. advantage there. Sent to this near side corner. The U.S. picks it up there. U.S. with it. A shot. Gets blocked out in front. Now sent around to that far side. Yeah, I don't know what these other channels are using, y'all, for a stat page. I have no idea.
Big Chelsea because of that injury. Good leader on this team.
All 23 players on the Canadian roster play professionally in the team.
We're home in the house. What's up, oh?
Side.
Missed nothing. All right, so 11:01 to go in the first period. Shots on goal are now 4-4. We got a face-off at the blue line there, just outside the U.S. zone. Canada wins it, feathers it in behind the U.S. goaltender, where it's picked up by one of the defensemen for the U.S. or defense lady. Sent around, far side. Neutral ice. Canada takes possession of the puck. U.S. now in their own end, ping-pongs it back into the Canadian end. It's going to be another icing on the Americans. Another icing on the Americans. Alex Carpenter, the forward for the USA, 6 games, 3 goals, 3 assists. Wearing number 25 in that red, white, and blue. There's 3 periods, so there's 60 minutes in the game. Then they have a 10-minute overtime, and then they have a shootout. So your answer is 70 minutes plus the shootout time. All right, U.S. coming out of their own end. At mid ice, Canada takes it back over in their own end. Sent along the boards here. All right, U.S. forechecking heavily here. Canada having a difficult time coming through neutral ice. Goes back behind the U.S. goalie, who gets back there and gets it. And here comes the U.S. near side, intercepted by the Canadians. So both teams playing some pretty good defense here. Sent to the near side here in the U.S. zone, picked up by a U.S. defender. It's 2-on-1 in this corner, though, and Canada comes away with the puck. Help arrives. Sent over to the far side. U.S. trying to break out. Tapped in, far corner. U.S. with it now. They send it back to the other defensive pairing. USA, USA, the chant in Italy. Canadians with the puck in their own end. U.S. back there forechecking. And after some difficulty, they get it out. It's 2-on-2 going the other way. Centered right through the crease. Picked up by the defense, gloved over into the corner by one of the U.S. players. Back here on this near side. Shot. Blocked out in front. U.S. with it. Flipped in. Line change occurring for the Americans. Canada coming out of their own end again. All right, U.S. gets in the middle of that. Stops it for now. Canada now coming near side. Sends it in behind the U.S. goaltender. A battle for the puck there in the far corner. Canada wins that. Sent out to the point. A shot. Goes left of the goal. A backhand pass goes right past the U.S. goaltender out to the near side. Now back on that far side. Here come the U.S. Here comes the U.S., y'all. The U.S. having a really, really difficult time getting through these Canadians as far as when they D up to try to stop the U.S. from getting into their zone. Another line change for the Americans. Tapped in. We got 7:30 to go in the first period. Here comes Canada, 2-on-2. Puts the brakes on, sends it to the point. A shot, side of the net, and out of the zone. Go! Oh, there was a forward hanging out back there. Or one of the defensive people were way back there. Battle for the puck here. Comes out of the zone, out of the U.S. zone. Canada with it again. Back in the near side corner. Centering pass. Oh, another shot on goal, I think. I don't think they gave him credit for it. 4-4 shots on goal. U.S. coming out slowly this time. And a whistle as the puck hits somebody on the bench. So another face-off and neutral ice.
We check in with Catherine Tappan, Katie.
Yeah, there's such a great balance on this team between the veteran leaders and that youthful energy of the young.
Catherine Tappan reporting. The captain for the U.S. team, she's having her little thing of Go-Gurt. Wants some Go-Gurt action. Anybody ever had Go-Gurt? Not me. 43 in the house. That's our high for today. Appreciate y'all. All right, ESPN finally put a time clock up at least on their stat page.
Some of these players that come up through the times that have.
Come on, ladies. Come on now.
Young girls out there right now looking at Layla Edwards and looking at these players, looking at Aaron Frankel and inspiring them to put their.
Oh, ladies.
Get here to the Olympic team. How about this save by Aaron Frankel? We're talking about how
Frankel had a big save there on that last time down by Canada. Went off of her shoulder and into the corner there. And Bodenoy in the house. All right, icing after the face-off there at center ice there. Shots on goal now, 5-4 in favor of the Canadians. But they iced it. Marie-Philippe Poulin is supposed to be the best women's hockey player in the world. She's out there right now for Canada. She wears number 29. U.S. wins the draw in the Canadian end. Far corner gets out in front, and it's covered up by the Canadian goaltender. Be a face-off to the left. Her left. Sent around to this near side. Fumble of the puck. Goes all the way to the U.S. end. And they tap it back into the Canadian end. Here we go. Here we go. Crossing pass comes all the way out of the zone. There's a race for the puck. Won by the United States, but Canada takes the zone anyway. Right, centered in. The U.S. defense up to the task. U.S. coming out with it here. Oh, they send it back to the goaltender, and a collision occurs. Very, very dangerous play there by the U.S. defender. Very, very dangerous. It kind of surprised the goaltender, too. Oofda. All right, we go to another commercial break, y'all. Another commercial break. Nah, I don't. My son does. I don't. I don't like anything complicating the transportation of my food from the plate to my gullet. I don't need no complications. SXDG something blah 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 in the house. What's up? You need a better name. You need a better name, buddy. All right, back to it, y'all. We're approaching the end of period one. Hey, with hockey sticks? Like a food delivery roadblock? All right, this is cleared out of the zone all the way to the Canadian end. We got 5:13 to go in this first period. Oh, one of the U.S. players taken down, no penalty. Goes back out to neutral. The U.S. taps it back in. They can't touch it until they exit the zone because they'd be offsides. Canada coming up, and we're going to have another penalty on the United States for tripping. Canada will go on their second power play. Dunn called for tripping. Breakaway for the U.S. Stopped. Almost shorthanded goal, Chet. Almost a shorthanded goal. That Canadian defender stayed with her, though. All right, Canada coming out of their own end. 1:30 remaining on the power play. Dumped around to the far side. Now back to this side. A backhand takes it out to the near point. They cycle it around, far side. Sent through the crease. Canada's still with it, near point. Far point. Side. Cleared by the Americans. Cleared by the Americans, Chet. It's still in the Canadian end. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Sent this side. Sent into the far corner. And the U.S. tries to get it out. And they do. And they got possession of the puck. Nice pass. Shot goes wide. Canadians coming out. U.S. might have got caught in their own end. Corner. Kept in by the Canadians. 24 seconds on the power play. A shot. Pad save. Goes around to the far side. 14 seconds remaining on the power play. Cleared by the Americans. Cleared by the Americans, chat. So the second power play for the Canadians results in no goal. A shot sticked away to the far side of the U.S. goaltender. U.S. trying to come out with speed. 2-on-2. Near side. Sent around to the far corner. Little scrum ensues. Canadians come out with it. They're pestering the hell out of this player in their own end. They finally get it out. Near side corner. A shot on goal covered by the U.S. goalie. Shots on goal now, 7-5 in favor of the Canadians. 2:15 remaining in the first period. Scoreless between the U.S. Canada in the gold medal match for the 2026 Winter Olympics women's hockey. Face off to the left of the American netminder. U.S. wins the draw, sends it out near side, backhanded into the zone. Comes around here near side. Point. Hits a Canadian. U.S. still with it. Heimsey near side. Sends it out to the point. Far side. A shot. Saved. We got some wrestling going on in front of the net between two of the ladies. Comes out of the zone. 1:34 to go in the first period. Still scoreless. Oh, a collision in front of the U.S. bench. U.S. retrieves it in their own end behind the goaltender. I can't tell what they're chanting, y'all. It's loud, though. All right, being brought out by the United States. Sent along the far side boards. U.S. still with it. But it's 1 versus 3. Comes this near side. All right, far side, Canada with it. U.S. takes possession in neutral ice and turns quickly. Near side. Come on now! Okay, I think Canada's going to get a penalty. Yeah, delayed penalty. Feathered in. And finally, they blow the whistle. So the U.S. is going to go on the power play, but there's only 14 seconds remaining in the period, so this will carry over. This will carry over to the second period unless the United States scores in the next 14 seconds. but it'll be tripping called on the Canadians. No fighting. What the puck? All right, so face off to the right of the Canadian goaltender. Again, the U.S. going right to left here in the first period. They win the draw, but they blow it dead. So they got to reset the clock or something. Puck covered up by one of the Canadian players in the face-off circle after the drop. Shot. Redirect goes wide left. 3 seconds. All right, chat. We're through one. We're through one period in Italy. Gold medal game between the United States and Canada, women's hockey. And we're scoreless at 0, chat. I'm going to bring the Zamboni out. So scoreless first period. We'll take a quick intermission here. 20 minutes in, still scoreless. I think the Canadians got to be proud of what they did there because the U.S. has been dominating this tournament. But I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, Chad, I'm back. 33 in the house, y'all. We are at the first intermission for USA versus Canada. I literally cannot find a decent score page, that shows stats and all that good stuff. Canada has a cool logo. Three in the house. We're at about 700 views. I have never had a live sporting event like this where I didn't have any kind of, information. Like, there's been 3 penalties called, 2 on the United States, 1 on Canada. The U.S. will start the second period on the power play, with most of it remaining. They're saying in the stands there in Italy, it's about 50-50 between the United States and Canada as far as fans. Score a burrito? Did you drop a hockey puck? No, I just took a break. What's up, William Vernoy? What's up, man? All right, they're interviewing Lee Steckline, a defenseman for the United States. No one's complaining about stats. Shots on goal, 6-8 in favor of Canada. Face-offs, 10-11 in favor of Canada. Penalty minutes, 4 for the United States, 2 for Canada. I got that from TV. It's on USA Network if you're wanting to watch it and you've got cable. This is the only stream today, chat. Only stream today. Tomorrow I'll be doing the semifinal game for Team USA Hockey versus Slovenia. And then later tomorrow night, the plan is to do Lakers-Clippers. Lakers-Clippers is the plan tomorrow night. Job of the Hut in the house. I put $5 on Canada. If they win, I get 20. Well, there you go. Do I have a gambler alert? I don't think I have a gambler alert on the hockey setup. Boom, 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 boom. I think we're going to get going here again pretty quick here. Going to be a 1-0 barn burner. I think we open it up in the second period, Kerm. I think they open it up. I think they get a quick goal on this power play, and then I think they win it. But we'll see. They won big. I went off the stream last night for Arizona. I went and laid on the love seat here. If you score on a power play, does the prior penalty count for the 2 full minutes? No. If you score, then the power play's over. Oh. Laurie Magar says Canada. It's a win-win scenario. If the USA wins, great. If not, at least I get some moolah. Slobberknocker. Baseball is thinking of using a power play. So these Uber Eats commercials where old dude is saying that everything is food related showed the Pro Football Hall of Fame building and said, "What is it?" It's a juicer. And it looked like a juicer. And the stats doesn't count for the full 2 minutes. No, I don't think so. No, it just says it'll say time a goal and that'll end the power play. I don't believe that about baseball going to the power play. So I'm all ready for the World Baseball Classic, y'all. I'm all ready for that, at least for the initial rounds. The U.S. has 4 games in the group stage, so I'm all prepared graphically for that. Desperately need to have some decent streams, though. Desperately. I mean, my average view duration here is 337, which usually tells me that I'm not having much luck in the search. I assume. I've never seen him track total power play minutes, so I've never seen him do that. It's always on a stat page. It's always been the one team had 2 power plays, the other one had 1. Betting's still open, y'all. The bets are not confirming for some reason. No idea why. Maybe I need to turn off and on CloudBot or something. But currently there's 7 bets on this game. 6 for the United States, 1 for Canada. Yeah, 6 to 1. Our poll here on the website on the stream has the USA 56% pick the USA to win. That's much closer than I expected. Much closer than I expected. They have like the friendly matches between the, Olympic years and stuff. A lot of them play college hockey, Jabba. A lot of them played in college. I'm not sure about a women's pro league. I've never seen it. PWHL has 8 teams, says O. Well, there you go. It's kind of like how they do with soccer, right? $48 in the house, y'all. Hit the sub, give the video a like. We're about to start the second period. WHL. All right, they've got Hillary Knight, the captain of the United States team, mic'd up. And they're showing the first period. I'm sure pro hockey for women is not very lucrative, says O. General Thor is snoring away, y'all. He got the Z monster. I watched a couple of the women's pro hockey games on the Hockey Network, says Everett. All right, start of the second period. 43 in the box. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. All right, here we go. U.S. on the power play. Start of the second period. Puck dropped. A dust up at center ice there. Results in two players on their face. U.S. wins the draw, takes it back behind their netminder. U.S. is 4 for 20 on the power play in the tournament. That's 20%. I don't think that's right. Math. All right, sent in. Canada on the puck in their own end. If they fail to clear it, sent to the point. A shot blocked. Another shot goes through the crease, near side. 1 minute remaining on the U.S. power play. Canada comes out with it. 2-on-1. Centered. And a shorthanded goal by the Canadians. And they take the 1-0 lead. Canada takes the 1-0 lead on a shorthanded goal. And they lead it 1-0. Nah, same. Damn it. All right, so face-off, still 52 seconds remaining on the U.S. power play. We got to get this back quick, y'all, or the pressure mounts. Cleared back by the Canadians into the U.S. end. 33 seconds to go. All right, I got to get that goal for y'all to post in the chat. Damn it. Ten seconds left on the U.S. power play. They got the puck. They send it into the Canadian zone. And a whistle. 1 second remaining. All right, so let me put this goal up. Kristen O'Neill, shorthanded, assist from Stacy and Fast. They were fast, all right. They were fast, all right, chat. What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell I posted in the chat there, y'all. Penalty is over. U.S. in their own end, bringing it out near side. They're skating left to right here in the second period. Out here to the point. Sent back into the near corner, behind the net. Comes out in front. Taps at the puck. The goalie covers it up. It'll be a face-off in the Canadian end with 17:34 to go in the second period. Oh, man. Canada trying to break a 7-game losing streak against the United States. Near corner here, Canada with it, trying to get out of their end. It's pinched in momentarily by the U.S. The defensive pairing takes it over at neutral ice. Well, bad pass. Puck behind the U.S. goal. We're trying to get out of there. Near side. Centering pass goes off the stick. Far side. A whistle. And some pushing and shoving here. Some angry Canadian girl. Turnbull. Turnbull got the ass with one of the U.S. players. That's not what you saw. What was it a link of? It was probably this video, right? All right, Canada takes it to the U.S. end again. A shot goes wide right. Battle for the puck. U.S. getting pestered out there. Oh, we're just skating past pucks, y'all. Tell you what, I was worried in the pregame when I saw the coach for the United States pep talk. I was like, that's some boring ass shit, man. Get fired up. Sounded like he was giving a meeting at the Fed or some shit. Near side. Another shot goes off the U.S. goaltender. Far side. U.S. fires it out of the zone to neutral ice. 15:58 to go, second period. Oh, you didn't check it? It was literally it was literally what I dropped on the message board for this stream. It was a link to this stream. All right, tapped out to neutral ice. Comes along the near side boards. Centered. Shot. Saved. Come on, bro. Shots on goal now 10-10. To let John Gruden give him a pep talk. Craig checks in, says, come on, USA. All right, back to the defense. In the Canadian end, sent along the boards. And around to the other side. Pinched in by the United States. They send it back behind the Canadian goaltender again. The battle for the puck ensues. Still battling. Comes out momentarily, and the player sent it right back into the scrum. Oh, a swing and a miss. Canada coming out 3-on-1. 3-on-1. Offsides is called. Offsides is called. They're starting to get a little angry, these ladies. Maltese of the Canadians wanting to get to somebody. Ice Baby in this house is getting chippy out there. Yeah, it is. They starting to get angry. Thank God this is Kerm. All right, a face-off in the neutral zone. Won by the United States, and we're pushing. Far side, backhanded. U.S. player gets knocked down in front of the net. Far corner. Far point. Lost it. right, battle in this near corner in the U.S. end. Canada with it. They turned it over, though. U.S. trying to get out of there. Goes along the boards on the far side. It'll probably be another... Nope. Icing waved off. Canada coming quickly near side. Dumps it in. And around to the far side. U.S. picks it up first, but now a scrum. Comes out towards the goal. Back to that far corner. All right, here we go. U.S. coming out. Turn it over as they go past their the blue line. Canada far side. Behind the net. Picked up by a U.S. player. Now it's 2-on-1. Canadians just in the right place at the right time, y'all. All right, here we go. U.S. trying to get out. We get out, neutral ice. Tapped in. Done. Shot on goal. Hits the goaltender who's guarding that post. Why are shots on goal going down? It now says 10-9 in favor of the Canadians. It was 10-10 just a little while ago. 13:06 remaining second period. Ooh, a nice check by the Canadian team here on this near side. Near side. To the point, far point. Along those boards, Harvey. Checked. Battle for the puck ensues. U.S. sends it back out to the point. Near point. Dribbled in, shoot! Ah! Still with us, still with us. Far corner, centering attempt, nobody home. U.S. keeps it in. Good pressure here. Dump through, nobody out there. No defenseman on this near side. Comes out to neutral. Oh, turnover. Here come the Canadians quickly this side. Nurse. A collision in front of the goal. Where's the puck? It was in the crease. A whistle. Woo! All right, they go to a commercial break, y'all. They go to a commercial break. $11:55 to go in the second period. Big save. Crazy. That was good pressure by the United States there. Probably their best extended pressure of the game right there. But you can tell this thing is a powder keg about to blow, y'all. You can tell tell these girls are about to start inflicting pain on one another. Man, oh man. So the only goal of the game was Kristen O'Neill, shorthanded, here in the beginning of this second period. Assist by Laura Stacey and Renee Fast to make the score 1-0 Canada at the 54-second mark of the second period. So I totally predicted that wrong, Kerm. I totally predicted that wrong. All right, come on now. So Switzerland won the bronze medal game before this one in overtime. Yeah, 3-on-3 for 10 minutes. Sudden death. All right, sent on goal by Canada here. U.S. trying to get out of their zone. They turn it over. Here we go. Near side. Dumped in. And a whistle. It's going to be an icing? How is that icing? Icing on the United States. Icing on the United States. 75 in the house. That's our high for today. Appreciate it. I don't have a watch on. Weird. U.S. wins the draw in their own end. We're trying to get it out here. Let's go. Let's go. Sent to the far side. We're in the Canadian end. U.S. player goes down. No penalty. Dumped into the corner. Come on, ladies. Near point. Near corner. Behind the net. What the hell, man? All right, far corner. Canada comes out with it, and they clear the U.S. end. I mean, they cleared their own end. Near corner here. Along the boards. Dumped in. Around to the far corner. Battle for the puck. Comes out to the point. A shot. Rattles behind the goaltender. It's net. Near side now. Near side corner. Canadian end. Brings it out. A shot blocked. Player goes down. Canada with it. Trying to get out of there now. Send to the far side. U.S. first on the puck. They get it to the point. Near point. Shot high. Hit a U.S. player. And comes out of the zone. Shit! All right, U.S. takes the zone. A shot. High and hard. Misses. Race to the puck on the far side there. Back behind the net, near side here. Sent along the boards, picked up by Canada. U.S. pinches, keeps it in, fires it in for a line change. Shots on goal, 12-11 in favor of the Americans. 9:42 to go, but it's 1-0 Canada. Gold medal on the line. Here come the Canadians near side. A centering pass. Misses the intended target. Goes back in the corner, still kept alive by the Canadians in the U.S. end. U.S. takes control of the puck. Come on, ladies. Get out of there. Neutral ice into the Canadian end. Nothing but Canadians around the puck, though. Cleared near side. Into the near corner. U.S. wins the race to the puck. They send it back to this side again. All right, with speed. Center. A shot blocked. Harvey picks it right back up. Shot. Save. Harvey still with it. Just going round and round. And a glove save by the Canadian goalie. And there'll be a face-off in the Canada end. One nothing Canada, chat. James Bostrom in the house. The U.S. team going to turn Val into Red Hulk soon. 99 in the house, y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We're checking his point balance. We're at 1,500 views, chat. That average view time going down. So that's good. That's good. All right, the brothers of this gal, Haley, are all up in the stands. Push the puck. Come on, ladies. Thor. Who's that? Is that the kitty cat? Yeah, men's team still in it. They play tomorrow, Craig. They play tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I believe. And I'll be streaming it. They're in the semifinals. They play Czechoslovakia tomorrow. All right, Canada wins the draw, brings it on that far side in front of the benches. And it's going to be offsides on the Canadian. 8:35 to go in the second period. It's 14-11 shots on goal, but it's 1-0 where it matters for the Canadians. Again, Canada trying to break a 7-game losing streak against the Americans. Now this comes out 3-on-2 for the U.S. It's dumped in, far side corner. A little scrum over there in that far corner to the right of the Canadian goaltender. Comes out. It's still Canada with it, but still they can't get out of their end. U.S. pinches, keeps it in. A pass sent towards the net. Nice centering pass. Missed, wide, and back out of the Canadian end. U.S. chasing. U.S. chasing with 7:44 to go in the first, or the second. All right, picked up by the U.S. near side with speed. Centering pass through the crease, nobody home. U.S. pinches, keeps it in momentarily. Canadians now bringing it out near side. Nice pass, tapped in, sticked away by the U.S. goaltender. Now behind the net. Being brought out here. Knocked in on this right side. Goes all the way around. A collision in that corner. No call. Battle for the puck. U.S. keeps it in. But now they bail for a line change. They bail for a line change. Back out to neutral ice. Near side, Canada with it. Into the U.S. end. U.S. comes away with it, though. Feathered along the boards. Murphy with it. Near side boards. 2-on-1, though. The help arrives too late, and Canada clears it to neutral ice. 6:33 to go in the second period. Fired in. U.S. gets it. Dodges the defender. Near the blue line. Far boards. Behind the net. Centering pass. Where is it? Lodged at the side of the net. Here comes back out. Slap shot. Up high. Misses. Knocked over the net by the U.S. Still with it. Still with it. Cycling. Shot. Loose in front. Knocked behind the net. Canada breaks out. Sends it in. It'll roll behind the U.S. goaltender, where it's picked up by a U.S. player. And she's skating with speed. Dumped in. Offside, United States. Offside, United States. They go to a commercial break, chat. Go to a commercial break with 5:47 to go in this second period. Canada with a 1-0 lead, trying to take home gold at the 2026 Winter Olympics. Winter storm warning for the upper part of Michigan. Bostrom checking out. 103 in the house. Come on, y'all. Hit that sub. Give the video a like. It's the only thing that can get me up in the algorithm is if they see some interaction on the channel. It's the only thing that can help me. Your taxes are done? Man, I wish ours was. We haven't done them yet. We haven't done them yet, man. Tom Brady in the house. Seth Meyers in the house, the NBC late night host. Micah Ruzioni from the 1980 men's team. Nice shot, saved by the U.S. goaltender. Nice slap shot there. 16-12 is the shots on goal, y'all. I don't think they're counting them right, though. 16-13 now. Go Canada, says Marvin. Welcome to the stream, Marvin. Welcome to the stream, buddy. All right, a face-off to the right of the American netminder. 5:35 to go here in this second period. This official doing a lot of talking to the U.S. player before dropping the puck. I don't know what's going on. It's dropped, won by the U.S. They get it out of their own end. Canada picks it up at neutral, sends it in. A glove caught by the glove of the netminder for the United States. U.S. now with it at neutral, sends it then sent back in though into the U.S. end. All right, being brought out here. This is a tall hockey player here. The U.S. goes for a line change after the dump in. It's going to be icing on the United States. Oh man. Shots on goal getting closer, 16-14 in favor of the Americans. But that one on the scoreboard negates all of that. Set in front, a tap in, blocked by the U.S. goaltender. Oh wow, beautiful pass, a save by the U.S. goaltender there. On a point blank shot, a tap in attempt on a beautiful pass by the Canadians. Cycled around by Team Canada. And it gets past the defenseman on the far side there. And the U.S. will go for a line change. All right, turnover. Set behind the net. Icing on the U.S. again. Come on, ladies. Come on, man. Draw one by Canada. Another shot. A glove save. And just like that, Canada takes the shots on goal advantage, 18-16. Facts, though, facts. All right, the official, the ref, is doing some maintenance on this face-off dot. Drop. U.S. wins the draw. Near side corner here in the U.S. end. All right, here we go. Coming out. Tap back in by the Canadians. That was knocked in the stands. That's supposed to be a penalty, isn't it? That's a penalty in the NHL. Unless it went off the U.S. player's stick. All right, U.S. wins the draw in neutral ice. Sends it to the far side. A tap in around to this side. Ooh, blows through that player. Here we go. Shot. Missed. Wide right. Backhanded behind the Canadian netminder. Now that far corner. Come on, ladies. Centering attempt, nobody home. Back out to the point, kept in by the United States. Harvey, centered but stolen by the Canadians. They're breaking out. Harvey hustling back. Goes into the near corner here. Another centering attempt, picked up by the United States. All right, another rush by the U.S., thwarted by the Canadian defense. The U.S. picks it up at their own end. We got 3 minutes to go in this second period. Open collision. Canada with it, far side, corner. All right, battle for the puck results in the U.S. having it behind their own goaltender. Turn it over at neutral ice. Canada coming in quick. Cut to the net. And a save by Frankel. These girls better wake up. Check my phone. Appreciate it, Shelby. Appreciate it, girl. All right, near side here. U.S. with the puck. Centering pass. Goes behind the net. Shelby Minica, $25. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Shelby, for the $25 Valhalla. Sent out to the point. Near point. Feathered in. Goes wide right. I brought out to center ice. Shot goes wide. Come on, ladies. 1:29 to go. Centered. Shot. Blocked by somebody out front. Haley Wynn near side. Cuts towards the goal. Shot. Blocked out. Goes all the way down the ice to the U.S. goaltender. Shots on goal now 19-17 in favor of the Canadians. Yeah. Pinch, kept it in. Centering pass. Side save, covered up. Be a face-off to the left of the Canadian netminder. 47 seconds remaining in the second period. Thank you again, Shelby. That's crazy kind of you. Crazy kind of you. Yeah, you're right, Ope. You're right. So I thought the 7 in a row was in the Olympics. Apparently it was in a combination of the Olympics and the World Championships. I dumped into the U.S. end. The goaltender be out of her goal. U.S. sends it around. It's pinched in by the Canadians. A shot goes off of one of the defenders for the United States. Another shot now behind the net. 20 seconds before. Oh, pinched in. A shot covered up. So a face-off to the right of the American netminder with 16.5 seconds to go in this second period. Shots on goal now tied at 20. Shots on goal now tied at 20, Chet. Come on, make me a hot dog at the second period break. All right, Canada wins the draw. Puck deflected right, but just barely of that post. Canada still with it. The centering pass hits the back of the net. All right, we're through 2 periods. Damn. We are through 2 periods, chat, in the gold medal match of the 2026 Winter Games. Canada leads the United States 1-0, y'all. 1-0. And we'll go to the second intermission. I'll bring the Zamboni out. And I'll be right back, y'all. Make me a hot dog. Grab something to drink. But I'll be right back. All right, chat. Hot dog consumed, prepared and consumed. Shots on goal 20-21 in favor of Canada. You're interviewing Hillary Knight, the forward, number 21. She's got 14 career goals, and we need one.
Break a record for points for goals in Olympic competition in this game. Angela Ruggiero back here with me. What did you think about what we just heard?
How are we feeling, chat? How are we feeling? Any predictions for how this is going to end up? Can't buy a championship in this one. This is Canada's game. This is primer. Are you taking shots? Are you taking shots at me, sir? Real Deal Prime says you can't buy a championship. Oh, man. A little haterade on a Thursday afternoon.
Just go as hard as you can.
All right, 111 in the chat. We're approaching 3,000 views.
Canada was on their heels, so I think Team USA is capable of it. To per Hillary Knight, are they going to be able to execute with that ease, that looseness?
I think 3-1 USA, says Cho.
Just playing your game.
Did you watch it, Kerm? Did you see the pregame talk by the U.S. coach? I thought it was absolutely abysmal. I will think about that forever. If the U.S. messes around and loses this gold medal. I have never seen like a pregame fight me up quite that bad. It's like someone whispering, "Gentlemen, start your engines" at a NASCAR race, just whispering it into the microphone. But our sole goal scorer in this game, Kristen O'Neill, for the Canadians, shorthanded. The assist from Stacy and Fast. Shout out to the 129 in the house. Looked like they weren't interested. It was just horrible. I'm glad someone else saw that shit. Anywho, third period, just around the corner, chat. Just around the corner. Again, winner of the game wins the gold medal. The loser is silver. The men's game is tomorrow, y'all. The men's game will be tomorrow. I'll be streaming that as well. Donald Sims says the USA will come back and win gold. I hope you're right, bro. I think the USA needs to clean up the mistakes, take the gold medal away from Canada, says Cho. Come on now. So earlier, before this game, y'all, Switzerland wins the bronze on an overtime goal. I don't want overtime, man. I'll take it if that's what it has to be, but I don't want overtime. Thor. At 127 in the house. I appreciate y'all. If you're new, hit the sub, give the video a like. You can member up on the stream for as little as $1. But Switzerland defeats Sweden, force bronze. Of the last the last 6 games in the last 5 games in this tournament, both on the women and the men's side, of those 5 games, 4 of them went into sudden death overtime. None of them made it to the shootout. 2 of the best teams going head to head. I'm taking Canada 2-1. This is Moose. The Moose is loose in the Valhalla Sports Talk chat. Take a little swig of some lemonade out of my 2-time defending champion, World Series champion Dodgers Cup.
Your
126 in the house. Come on, let's go.
Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know what benefit affects you. Eat help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips.
Again, as I mentioned, I'll be streaming U.S. versus Czechoslovakia, I believe it is, tomorrow. Or Slovakia, not Czechoslovakia, Slovakia. On the men's side of the tournament. That's a semifinal game. Vegan checks in rooting for Canada. The Canadians are in Valhalla Sports Talk's chat, y'all. They're up in here, up in here. Welcome, y'all. Welcome and good luck. Not really. Not really good luck, but Trouty McTrout, Czechoslovakia.
Holy.
I don't have no clowns on this one. This is probably my least refined setup is the hockey one, y'all. All right, Hillary Knight mic'd up again in that second period. Does the COO have the USA women ice hockey win too? What you mean? COO's at work. She's at the JOB today. But I'm sure that's who she's rooting for, if that's what you're asking. She's probably got the stream on right now, but with the sound off. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's do or don't. Nothing given, everything earned. Honestly, U.S. women is a way better team. It'll be a miracle if Canada wins. Grab your own pucks, bring home the gold. All right, here we go. Puck drop at center ice. Third period. Third period between USA Canada gold medal game 2026 Winter Olympics from Milano, Italy. Draw won by the United States, and we're underway. Dumped in near side corner, goes to the far side corner. U.S. first on it. Centering attempt hits the back of the net. Canada comes away with it. They exit their zone on a high flip into the U.S. zone. It's going to be icing on the Canadians. Icing. Who's Thor rooting for? Always the U.S. All right, a face-off in the Canadian end. Cycling it. Shot. Blocked out in front. Near side here, corner. Right out to the near point. Come on, Harvey. A horrible pass to her fellow defense lady. Comes around near side. Canada's going to get it out this time. And they're going to ice it again. Icing on Canada. So maybe that's the plan for the Canadians. Just hit it down there. Don't let it sit out there at neutral ice. So the Canadian goaltender got hit there that time and went down. She tried to embellish it a bit, I think. But a face-off. This one won by Canada in their own end. Feathered out to center ice. Going to go all the way down. No icing on that one. Other way now. U.S. Near side. Centered. And a cover-up by the Canadian goalie. There'll be a face-off in their end. To her right. To her right. 137 in the house. 18:43 to go. Shots on goal. Tied up at 21-21. But the Canadians have that 1-0 lead on the big board. U.S. wins the draw. Near side corner. Centered. The scrum in the middle there. Canada comes out with it. They dump it. The U.S. goalie taps it around. Far side here. U.S. coming out. Red line. They dump it in. The Canadian goalie out of her net now. A shot goes through as she's trying to get back into her goal. U.S. still with it. Pinched in. Cross ice pass. Goes through. Nobody home. Swing and a miss. Take a seat over there. Canada changing their lines. U.S. breaking quickly. Sends it back down into the Canadian end. Near side. Canada coming out with some speed, but U.S. takes control of the puck. Tapped in. Canada backhands it out again. Glove down. Shot back in. The U.S. will probably go for a line change here. All right, U.S. battling for the puck in the Canadian end in that far corner. Come on, ladies. Come on. Puck comes out. That face-off circle. Canada breaking 3-on-2. Shot. Blocked. A blocker save into the far corner there. That could have been disastrous. Frankel with a big save there, y'all. If Canada gets that second goal, the pressure cooker ramps up. Far side corner. Canada comes out with it. A pinch attempt by the Americans. Would have been offside, so they send it back to their defensive pairing. Here we go. Shot in and around to the far side. Centered. Nobody home. Nobody home through the crease. All the way down to the U.S. end. 16 minutes to go. And another icing call, I believe. So just note, right through the crease, and the U.S. player was unable to get her stick on it and put it on goal. We got 16:36 remaining in the third period, Sam. All right, a face-off at center ice. Won by the Canadians. Quickly turn it over to the U.S. U.S. misfires on a pass, and the puck goes up and out of play. $125 in the house, 3,700 views. Shots on goal now, 22-21 in favor of the Canadians. That one extra shot resulted in a goal. Face-off again at center ice. 16:24 to go. Draw is won by the United States. They feather it into the Canadian zone on the far side there. A scrum. Loose puck here on the near side. Battle the race to it. Won by the Canadians. U.S. tried to pinch. They did not succeed. They did get the puck back, though, and fired it back into the Canadian end. This one came out awkwardly here, near side. Point. High and into the U.S. zone. Come on, ladies. 15:41, clock running. U.S. with it behind their own goal. They bring it out. Far side, cross ice pass, near side. With speed. Wide left on the shot. Canada unable to get it out. A centering attempt, though, is intercepted by the Canadians. Now by the U.S. We're never facing the right direction. Come on, ladies. Puck's on net. Canada with it in their own end. They're fine with this clock running. It's down to 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Far side now for Canada in their own end. They get it out. Neutral zone. It's going to go behind the net. A race to the puck. One of the Canadians goes down. No icing called. Pinched in by the Canadian team on that far side. U.S. now with it momentarily. Trying to get out of their own end. Near side with space. Centered. Sticked away by the Canadian goaltender into the far side. Canada comes out of the zone. Center ice. Stolen. 14-18, clock running. Shots on goal tied up at 22. U.S. player knocked down. Another one falls down in that far corner. The battle for the puck ensues. U.S. comes out with it. Cycling it around. Shot. And a glove save by the Canadian goaltender. Glove save. Face off to her left. T. Kubler in the house. We go to a commercial break, Chet. Commercial break. Man, I am nervous as hell, y'all. I am not feeling good about this. I don't know why. Canada came to play today, y'all. They came to play. They came to play without a doubt. And now I think they're perfectly fine with muddling up the center part of the ice and watching this clock roll. That would be wild if you give up so few goals in the tournament and you give up one in the second period shorthanded. All right, they got a commercial here for tomorrow's USA game of the men's hockey tournament here in the Olympics. Holy moly in the house. U.S. sucks. Go Canada, go. U.S. is getting flummoxed. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Keeping the pucks in the corner, yep. All right, so U.S. men versus Slovakia tomorrow on the channel, y'all. It's a 1 o'clock start, I believe. Face off to the left of the Canadian netminder. We got players on the ground. I think Canada won it. U.S. pinches to keep it in. Far side. Sent around behind the net. Two U.S. players almost run into one another. Harvey, quick wrister, blocked out in front. All right, U.S. gets it at neutral ice, sends it back in behind the Canadian goaltender. She retrieves it. U.S. gets the turnover. A shot again hits a Canadian defender in front of the net. Another shot, misses wide right. Near side, Keller taps it into this near side corner. It comes back out. The pass is awry, going right there, but the U.S. still kept it in. Near side, Canada just collapsing in front of their own net. 13 minutes to go, y'all. Near side corner. I neutralize. Canada sends it into the U.S. end. No icing. Race to the puck. Won by the Canadians. Loose puck now in that far corner. U.S. taps it. Will come out to the point. Canada pinches, keeps it in. Another good shot here. Wide open. Tried to center it. Went off the pad of the U.S. netminder. And the puck comes out of the zone. Canada, though, gets it quickly back in. Near side corner. Catches a trailer. A shot goes up and out. Up and out. 12 minutes on the button remaining in the third period. Tom Brady needs to give him a pep talk. All right, U.S. gets it out of that end. It's going to be a race to prevent icing. Near side corner, U.S. with the puck. They tried to send it behind. The Canadian gets there. U.S. manages to pinch it into the near side corner. Sent behind the net. Centering pass. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Near point. Far point. Sent on goal and covered up by the Canadian goaltender. A face-off to her left. Shots on goal now 24-23 in favor of the U.S. We coach from the 80 team to give a talk. Courtney Greening in the house, putting up the Canada flag. 150 in the chat. That's our high for today. Hit the sub, get a video a like. I'll be live tomorrow for men's hockey here in the tournament. Semi-final action. All right, U.S. still with it. A little wrist shot. Goes wide of the net. Canada tried to get it out. It's blocked in by a U.S. player. Comes to the near side. A pick thrown. All right, U.S. pinches in the corner there. Get it. Behind the net. Comes to the near side. Cleared out. Came out past the blue line, and offsides is called on the United States. 10:49 to go. We're almost halfway through. A look at the medals. A look at the medals that will be awarded after this game. A face-off just outside the Canadian zone, won by the United States. They slap it around to the far side. U.S. going right to left, Canada left to right on your TV. U.S. pinches it in on the near side here. 10:34 clock running here in the third period. Shots on goal, 25-23 in favor of the United States. But that don't mean shit if the scoreboard says 1-0 in favor of Canada. This puck goes up and out of play. Up and out of play with 10:25 to go. Herb Brooks. It's in the house representing Canada. Where's this face-off at? Oh, to the left of the Canadian goaltender, won by the Canadians. Canada gets it out of their own end. I think it's going to be an icing. Nope, they get to it first. All right, U.S. gets in this near corner here. They go off the boards. So Canada perfectly content with leaving people back, not sending too many in to battle for the puck. We see this a lot in soccer when teams have the lead. U.S. coming quickly, near side, centered, nobody home. U.S. first to the puck in that far side. It's a muddle huddle right now, y'all. U.S. gets it out. Near side point. Shot right into the player. Nice block by the Canadian defender there, and they get it out to neutral ice. We're approaching the 9-minute mark, and an icing called on Canada. Icing called on the Canadians. Stacy appears to have an injury to her right hand. Oh, because that's where it hit. This shot hit her right in that hand. 9:17 to go. 25-23 shots on goal. 1-0 the score in favor of the Canadians. Gold medal on the line. U.S. gets the puck. Sends it from point to point. A shot. Misses the net. Now back behind the net. We got too many people back there. Bring it out in front. Sent to that far corner. A back tap. Nobody home. Canada coming out near side. U.S., though, muddles it at center ice, and they backhand it back into the Canadian end. Race to the puck, and they blow the whistle for offsides, I believe. So 8:48 remaining in the third period. Canada with the 1-0 lead, pressure mounting on this United States team, who was a huge favorite going into this game. A huge favorite. We go to a commercial break. We go to a commercial break, chat. They're showing Canada's goal. I didn't notice that came off the boards like it did. Come on, ladies. Come on, USA. Go Canada, says Burger Animations. I am. I'm nervous as hell, Trout. Yeah, I'm absolutely nervous. You've never heard Muddle Huddle? Come on, ladies. Ketchup chips in Canada. I love ketchup. Says Summer Ove. I would guess ketchup chips would just taste like cold French fries. All right, a draw outside of the Canadian zone, won by the United States. Come on, ladies. You could do it. Far side. Canada with the puck. Taps it out to mid-ice. Harvey's pass. Doesn't get through. Canada or U.S. just taps it in right to the Canadian player. And it'll come all the way to the U.S. end. Schofield. Turnover. Oh, how is that not a penalty? Brought out. Keller keeps it in. Canada end. Canada goalie sends it to a defenseman on the far side there. Now back behind the net. These refs not quick on the whistle, y'all. That girl clearly got tripped in neutral ice there. Cleared out all the way to the other end. This will be another icing on. Nope. They win the race to the puck. And a wraparound attempt is blocked. And then they knock the shit out of old girl to get her out of the crease. It'll be a face-off in the U.S. end. Dog catcher in the house. .734 to go, y'all. 26-25, Canada with the lead on shots on goal again. The face-off is won by Canada, but a whistle. They'll redrop it. .734. The draw won by the United States. Tapped around to the far side. They're trying to get out of their own end. They do. A tap. Intercepted by Canada on that far side. Back out to neutral ice. U.S. with the puck. All right, sent in. Canadian goaltender out of her crease. Taps it around. U.S. keeps it in. Near side corner. Behind the net now. The battle for the puck. Sent out to the far point. Near point. Come on, right here's where we do it. Right here's where we tie it. Sent in, missed, blocked in front. Canada coming out with it. 6.5 to go. Collision at mid-ice. Oh, that's going to be a boarding call. Canada going on the power play. Canada about to go on the power play with 6:23 to go. Slipping away, chat. Slipping away. This was a cross check. A clear cross check. And the Canadian player is still down. I believe it's the one that's like one of the best players in ladies hockey. Wait, did they not call a penalty here? He raised his arm like there was a penalty. Okay, a penalty was called, but they're reviewing it, they say. They have a review thing? All right, she's up. Ambrose is up, limping. All right, so it is a penalty. It is not a major. It's a 2-minute minor. But Canada will go on the power play. So they were looking to see if it was a major penalty instead of a minor. So Curl in the penalty box. Boarding is the call. 6:16 remaining. I'd send around still behind the goal here. Canada having a hard time getting it set up. The U.S. sending one back to forecheck. They're bringing it up quick near side here now, though. Behind the net. And the U.S. clears the zone. No icing. Obviously, no icing on a penalty kill. Canada with it in their own end. Coming out. Far side. Player checked. Goes down to the ice. Canada takes the U.S. zone. A shot on goal. Missed glove side high, I believe. Canada's still with it. Pinched in, far side, near side now. Centering attempt comes out of the zone. A player off the Canada bench gets it. 51 seconds remaining on the power play. This barely sent out of the zone by the U.S. Canada trying to get every back on side. Here we go. Far side. Feathered in. Glove saved by the U.S. goaltender on a bouncing puck. There'd be a face-off to her left, I believe. What's up, Shelby? Yeah, it won't be much time at all. Won't be much time at all. Shots on goal now, 28-25 in favor of the Canadians. Far side after Canada wins the face-off. Now behind the net. Backhanded to the near side by one of the U.S. players. Canada picks it up. Far side. 20 to go on the power play. Far side here. Centered. Shot. Blocked to the side. Battle behind the puck. Penalty. U.S. clears it with 5 seconds to go on the penalty. Canada with it behind their own net. The penalty is over. 4:18 to go here in the third period. Battle for the puck in the corner here. Time running out on the Americans. Checked into that near side corner. A shot with traffic. Blocked by the United States. They come out 3-on-2. God, they just haven't had any clear shots. Oh, but collision in their end. No penalty. Sent in. Near side corner in the Canadian end. Canada with it. Center ice. They got the zone. Centering pass. Goes behind the net. U.S. trying to break out of their own end with 3:23 to go. Centering pass. Tapped into this near side corner. Puck high in the air. Canada comes out with it. Feathers it at center ice. Near side corner here. Nice centering pass. Oh, a swing and a miss on the attempted shot by the Canadians. They still got it, though. Near side corner. Still near side corner. Centered. A swing and a miss. Sent to the far side. Blocked by a U.S. player. Out of the zone. 2:39 to go. U.S. will start looking to pull their goaltender. All right, here we go. Right there, go. Harvey, near side. Into the boards. And we got a whistle. Puck frozen, so face off in the Canadian end. I would pull the goalie right here. I would pull the goalie on this face off. All right, looks like we got a timeout. Timeout as the Canadian team heads for the bench. Yep, timeout. "25 shots on goal, 25 saves for Anne Renee Despiens out of Clermont, QC. She wears number 35 for Team Canada. Stressful, says Trouty McTrout. 233 in the chat, y'all. Hit the sub, get the video a like. I'll be live tomorrow for USA men's hockey. 1 o'clock Arizona time. That's noon on the West Coast, 3 o'clock on the East Coast. Hope you join us. All right, here we go. Face off. I don't know if the goaltender's out, chat. I don't know. Nope, looks like 5-on-5. Tapped out, near side point. Sent in, behind the net and around. All right, net is empty. Extra attacker for the United States. Near side. Shot. Jeez. Hilary Knight with the goal to tie it up at 1. Let's go. Let's go. Hilary Knight, the assist from Layla Edwards, Megan Keller, 17:56 of the third. Let's go, man. 153, chat. 153 to go. Far side in the Canadian end. Oh, a dump. Come on, bro. Here we go. Canada breaking out with 140 to go in the third period. Shots on goal, 29-26. Tied at 1. U.S. gets the puck in the Canadian end. Breaking out. Far side, 3-on-2. Drop pass. Bad. Turnover. Back out to center ice. Canada going for a line change, as is the U.S. Near side with the puck into the Canadian end. 1:13 remaining in the third. Canada breaking out near side. Sent back to the defensive pairing for the States. Tapped in. Canada with it, though. Neutral ice. 1 minute remaining in the third period. Icing called on the Canadians. So Hilary Knight has taken over most career goals in Olympic hockey history with 15. So that was a historic goal for Hilary Knight of the United States to tie this game at 1. It's on now. This is Trouty. All right, a scrum for the puck here in the near face-off circle. A shot goes wide right. Race to the puck on the far side there in the Canadian end. 45 seconds. Blocked in front. Canadians clear it to center ice. Slapped in. The Americans are offside, so they have to retreat from the zone. 33 seconds to go. Far side here. A check. U.S. with it in their own end. Quickly, this side. Far corner there, 19 seconds to go. Backhanded into the corner. U.S. gets it. Set in front. Shot. Loose. Save. Saved by the Canadian netminder with 9.5 seconds to go in the third period.
Missed it the first pass out, and Taylor might be a golden opportunity to get the winner.
So 57-56 was the time of the goal. Canada wins the draw with 5 seconds to go. Near side. Sent in. It's going to go back behind the goal. The U.S. gets to it. And we're going to overtime. We are going to overtime in the gold medal game. of the 2026 Winter Olympics, women's ice hockey. I don't think they have a big break for this, y'all. I don't think they have a huge break here. But it's a 10-minute sudden death, y'all. Actually, they are going off the ice, but I heard it wasn't a big break. But man, let's get her done, ladies. It's Shelby, the night sticker. We want overtime. Well, we got it. We got it. Let's bring out the Zamboni. So it's a 10-minute sudden death overtime. They skate 3-on-3. 3-on-3 with a goalie, obviously. The Zamboni is coming out to resurface the ice. Zamboni coming out to resurface the ice. Yeah, OT final 8. It's crazy. The bronze medal game went into overtime as well. That bronze medal game went into OT as well. 245 in the house. That's our high for today. A little over 6,100 views. I'm nervous as hell. Come on, y'all. Represent your country in the chat. Let's see some flags. Let's see some country flags in the chat, y'all. The choice to change the goalie? Did we change our goalie? I'm looking at my phone like I want to do something, but I don't know what I picked it up for. I have no idea why I picked up my phone. Oh, that's why, because I wanted to put the flags in the chat. Can't do it on desktop, y'all. Can't find the flag. Marky Doo in the house. U.S. all the way, says Gary L. Duran. You picked it up to place a bet? No. No, that wasn't the reason. You can't find the American flag on desktop, y'all. Weird. Yeah, they didn't change the goalie. Okay, yeah, they did pull the goalie. I knew they had to do that. It's crazy how many of these games, both on the men and women's side, went into overtime. It's just crazy. But Hillary Knight now is your leading Olympic goal scorer for the ladies. Sun Valley, Idaho, Chippewa, New York, both celebrating. Candace Hofer in the house representing Canada. Daniel Brion's in the house. Win or lose, we're all North Americans, says Treaky Lane. Pretty cool. Shows that the rest of the world is catching up to North American women. Oh, I'm nervous as hell, y'all. I'm nervous. I'm going to open up betting real fast for like 5 seconds. So get your bets in if you want to get them in. Chris Collar, Dad, in the house. Kern putting up the U.S. flags. I'm just going to open that for just a few seconds, y'all. So get your bets in. Zamboni Drive says, look, no hands. She ain't scared. Stars and Stripes forever. Could this game be another feather in the Valhalla Sports Talk cap? Could we crown another champion on the channel? And it's a 10-minute overtime. They skate 3-on-3 with goaltenders, obviously. I feel, chat. I feel like the U.S. has been the faster team in this game. Maybe I should shut my mouth. Maybe I should just shut my mouth. All right, we got people getting their bets in. I'm just going to close out that. All right, about one more minute with betting on y'all.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be like
Pressure cooker time, absolutely. Pretty sure nothing you say from the other side of the world is going to actually affect the game. It's 10 minutes, sudden death. Tyreek, 10 minutes, sudden death, 3-on-3. If overtime expires, if the 10 minutes expires, it'll go to a shootout to determine the gold medal winner. Nick checks into the chat. I need another Chipotle score, says Nick. Whatever that means. Come on, y'all. I need some subscribers. Hit the sub. Hit the sub. Give the video a like. I just assume if I say something that jinxes my team, it's offset by some dumbass who just jinxed the other team. Nervous. What time is it? I got to get Thor out. Showing Hillary Knight's first Olympic gold 6 years ago for Team USA. Top shelf. Along USA says Zachary Waters. I think the U.S. was the faster team in this game. So 3-on-3. I'm just going to say it. 3-on-3. They should have the advantage here. They should have the advantage in this overtime because I think they were the quicker team. But you don't know if Canada was just kind of skating slower because they were just defending that 1-goal lead, trying to stay back on defense. He just got engaged. 2:04 remaining in the third period. She scores that tying goal and keeps the hopes alive for the United States for gold. Grand High excited mystic in the house, putting up the U.S. flags.
What can you tell people what to look for?
Playlist, what did playlist say? Message retracted. I'll tell you what, from what I've seen of this 3-on-3 shit, the U.S., the NHL should look into that. This 3-on-3 stuff makes for some exciting, wide open hockey.
Been phenomenal this game. I think that's the name of the game. Davienne, you got to give her a ton of credit too. She's cold in that first game against US. She's been able to rebound from that and save 25, 20, 26 shots in this game. So both goaltenders have been phenomenal today.
Yeah, just incredible. All right, well, we got to go. We got to get you guys set for overtime. Oh.
And they're sending it back out. They're showing the reaction of the studio ladies of the goal there. All right, I think this is the last commercial before they get overtime underway. Now, one thing I've noticed in all of the overtime games, all of them, right, in the last 2 days, is that it ends rather quickly. Okay, it's not like I don't think any of them got to the 5-minute mark. I could be wrong there, but I don't think any of them made it to the 5-minute mark of the 10-minute overtime before somebody scored. Is there music playing or something? I love the commercial where Matthew McConaughey messes with Bradley Cooper. Yeah, I know. I love it too. 3-on-3 in NHL. I thought they played 4-on-4 in the NHL for overtime. I thought it was a 4-on-4 type deal. Not a fan of Tony Danza pitching DC, gotta admit, to Summerall. Love will keep us together. This commercial here for Peacock Network is all the opposing teams like running into each other, the fans of the teams running into each other out in the public. It's pretty funny. 2 weeks, we're all on the same team. 4-on-4 is playoffs in the NHL. This is some kind of series on USA Network about a park ranger and a pigeon. 286 in the house. I appreciate it, y'all. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk. I'll be live tomorrow for that game for the U.S., the semifinal matchup. USA versus Slovakia. It's a 1 o'clock start Arizona time. That's noon on the West Coast. 3 o'clock on the East Coast. And then later tomorrow night, Lakers versus Clippers, the battle for Los Angeles. All right, here we go. Start of overtime, chat. Start of overtime. I don't have no fidget toys for hockey, y'all. I don't have nothing to fidget with. Scooper, I'm in a rain out, so I'm here now. Oh, at the tournament? The golf tournament? What's up, Scoop? What's up, Scoop?
Busted in the booth. There's always a camper. Oh, there's a camper there. As it was awesome.
Come on, drop this puck. Let's go. Let's get that gold. Let's get it. Keep dropping them flags for your respective countries in the chat, y'all. Oh, no. For work, you're in a rain out. Oh, I got you. I got you. Well, you got free tickets, so to go to the hockey or the golf. You got free tickets. All right, U.S. will be skating right to left. Canada left to right on your TV screen. Face off at center ice. 3-on-3, sudden death. Puck dropped. We're underway in overtime. U.S. wins the draw, takes it back into their own end. Being brought out on the near side here. Cross ice pass. Everything up top near the blue line. A shot. Glove save. Drop down. And Canada with it behind their own net. Shots on goal now tied at 29 in a game that has been closely contested. Canada coming out of their own end. They turn it back around, though. U.S. forecheck gets the puck. Sent out to the near. Sent out to the near point. And the U.S. will bring it back out to regroup. All right, near side. A little handoff pass faked. It's loose in this near corner. U.S. goes over, gets it. Turn! Behind the net. U.S. has it in the Canadian end. Coming out towards the point. Canada's about to get a breakaway. It goes wide left. Holy crap. Horrible line change by the U.S. there. Back out to mid-ice. We're changing players. Damn. All right, Canada coming into the U.S. zone. Sent around to this near side. U.S. gets control of the puck. Trying to get out of their own end. Near side. Into the zone. Edwards, near corner. Comes out in front, picked up by Canada. 2-on-2 into the U.S. end. And we got an offsides on Canada. Offsides. This clock says 17 minutes, chat. I thought it was 10 minutes. This clock reads 17:57 to go in overtime. I thought it was 10 minutes. All right, U.S. with it. Far side in the Canadian end. Shot! Knocked down, loose in that far corner. Canada first on the scene. And they retreat behind their goaltender coming out of their own end. Long pass. Hit perfectly. A shot goes wide left on the U.S. goaltender. Canada gets it out of the zone. Our U.S. does. Schofield now, far corner here. Comes across ice. U.S. first on it in neutral ice. Back pass. Schofield, shot. Save. Shots on goal now 30-29. Yeah, I don't know. The clock says 17 minutes and change, bro. I don't know. Is it 10 minutes? Anybody know? Ladies play a full period. 3:26 up in here. 17:06 showing on the clock. Shots on goal now 31-29 in favor of the United States. Face off to the right of the Canadian netminder, won by Canada. Thompson with it. Sends it near side here. A tap gets it to neutral. 2-on-1. Shot. Save. Loose in the crease. Deflected by a high stick. Not a penalty, apparently. 16:49 to go. She knocked it down out of the air with a high stick, yeah. All right, draw at neutral. It's going to be won by Canada. Hillary Knight out on the ice for Team USA. Canada moving quickly, far side. Almost turned it over. They get it back. Into the zone, poked into the corner by a U.S. defender. U.S. breaking out. 1-on-1. Shot and a glove save by the Canadian goalie. Shots on goal tied at 31. Scoop doesn't like the 3-on-3 rule. I love it. In the gold medal game, it's 20 minutes, is Tim Smith. Good info, bro. Good info. All right, U.S. battles for and gets the puck. They're in their own end, though. Canada does a line change. They get caught in it. What a move! Boom! Wins it. 2-1. Let's go! What a move to get around the defender there, and then the backhand through the 5-hole, I believe, for the winning gold medal goal. Let me get this score and put it in the chat, y'all. Megan Keller, her third of the Olympics. Assist from Hess. And the U.S. wins gold. Let's go. 4 minutes, 7 seconds of overtime. Woo! First goal for the United States since 1998 in Nagano. Wow, y'all. GG's to Team Canada, y'all. GG's to the Canadians. They gave the U.S. all they wanted in this final. They gave the United States all they wanted in this final. Look, y'all. And General Thor will be proud. Yes.
Well, AJ, that was just tremendous attack. Driving to the net. Go inside.
They earned that. Yeah. Yeah. Hats off to Team Canada, y'all. Absolutely. Hats off to Team Canada. The U.S. coach in tears on the U.S. bench as the players celebrate on the ice. The Canadian fans, the Canadian players, obviously. They're celebrating. I don't know if they're going to do the gold medal ceremony right here or what. I take back everything I said about the coach's speech. Thank you, Thomas Prince. Thank you, man. Again, I'll be back tomorrow, y'all, for the U.S. Semifinal matchup. But the U.S. wins gold at the Olympics, chat. Let's go. Three on three, Canada stood no chance. I mentioned that I thought the U.S. team was much quicker, but it wasn't quickness. It was a hell of a move to get around that defender and go backhand that won it. I'd like to see a replay of the goal. I'm sure they've already shown it like 8 times, but I've been doing streamer stuff. Celebrations in Madison, Wisconsin, Orlando Park. And then the reaction of this announcer lady as well. I didn't see a handshake line there. That was kind of disappointing. I want to see this cut around here. They're showing highlights of the game here. Canada's so close to getting that second goal during regulation. The tying goal was nice too, y'all, on a deflection in front. I love those USA jerseys, y'all. Yep, she went 5-hole on the backhand. No, 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 outside hip. And the celebration. Never doubt the women, says Shelby. USA all the way, baby, says Gary. L.A. Duran. This overtime shit is terrifying, y'all. This 3-on-3 business. It's terrifying. U.S. lined up on the blue line. I'm not sure if they're going to give them their medals right here if they go out the arena to do it. I don't know. It's final, y'all.
Switching with the theme, Sweden will win this again, and now this one.
Agree with that. In Keller, we trust. Kelly Panic's got a great there. Yeah, you're right. Just think about the extra hockey that we've had. Free hockey, as they say. Extra hockey we've had the privilege of watching.
Six of these U.S. players are now two-time gold medal winners, including the captain, Hillary Knight, who was with Catherine.
Your most difference maker in this one to send this game into overtime. You became the all-time American point scoring and goal scoring leader. You did.
Telling the girl that set the record for most goals that she just set the record. She said she didn't know it. Yeah, no politics in here. Still interviewing Hillary here. I'm not sure. Hockey players are a different breed, y'all. Doesn't matter if they're male or female. They're a different breed. Those are my people. It looks like they're going to give them the medals right here on the ice, y'all. They got a carpet out, all that stuff. There'd be no reason to do that. You got the Canadian team still on the bench there. And it's been rough for Canada in big games. You know, the World Series. Did they win the Frozen Four? Did Canada win the Frozen Four? I don't think they did. Maybe they did. Yeah, this is my only stream today, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to do the men's game tomorrow, Jim. Yeah, the men's game is tomorrow, y'all. Here, I'll show y'all. I'm going to try to send this over to the secondary page for a second. If I crash, y'all, we'll see you tomorrow. Because I haven't done anything feature-wise in a bit. So I'm afraid that we're going to crash. But hold on. If I lose you, I lose you. Thank you. Thank you to the Berserkers and the V-Homies for being here. But I want to show you something. We're going to try to get over there. Yeah, so here is the schedule for tomorrow, y'all. Here's the schedule for tomorrow. You see right there, United States versus Slovakia. It's a 1 o'clock start my time here in Arizona. That's noon on the West Coast, 3 o'clock on the East Coast, and then we'll have Lakers Clippers starting at 8 my time at night. So that's the plan, chat. Also, those of you that did not get a driver, the post is up. The post is up to secure a driver for the NASCAR streams. The people that already have cars are listed, and there's a few that I haven't entered that happened during this stream. I think Max posted. Yeah, Max got the 34, and RD got the 6. So make sure to get to the community page to get that if you want a driver for the NASCAR streams. All right? So it's noon your time tomorrow, Scoop. Drop the link, Shelby. Drop the link. I suppose I could do that. Just as easy. Shelby, thank you for the $25 Valhalla Holla girl. All right, well, good game, Curdy. GG's to the Canadian fans. Canada won the Frozen Four, by the way, so it was our turn, says Schmidt. All right, back to the main. I think I'm going to get out of here.
That this is a 2-1 game, an overtime game, a one-goal game, because this rivalry deserves that.
Milan had scored it.
They're lining up for the medal ceremony.
Let's listen to Hillary Bunt's reaction when Megan Kemmer leads Indiana with the game.
Miracle is complete, says Donald Sims. They're showing the mic'd version of that Hillary girl coming off the bench as the game winner was scored. It's amazing how fast those benches clear. Minnesota Frost are the reigning PWHL champs. Men have a chance to catch him.
Hillary and I, yeah, and then PR for Team Canada, and for Team Canada, you come to this game, it's gold or nothing, and you have to believe, and you know that you've worked hard.
All right, we'll see you, Scoop. We'll see you, Scoop. We're just waiting to see some girls get some gold medals. Later, Warren Parker in the house. All right, there we go. There's the handshake line. Finally.
United States swept that rivalry series. 4 games to none, November and December. One of the round game. Here's not something, but having the best game. Will Milan, they went 1-0.
I love that about hockey. The only sport that does that. I was kind of shocked that they hadn't done it already. Yeah, game's over. It's final. 2-1. U.S. wins gold at the Winter Olympics. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to go off camera for a bit, but I'm going to stay here and watch this gold medal ceremony at least. All right, the two captains for both teams hug. USA, USA, the chant from the stands. It was beautiful, Phil. It was a beautiful cutback, right? Just okey doked her. And then the backhand shot was unbelievable, too. Got her with the backhand. I agree, Mr. Usher.
She helped build an incredible legacy that just didn't.
Say USA, she's Shelby. All right, they're getting them lined up on a carpet on the ice just inside the bench, outside the bench area.
And Kendall Boyd was able to say, you know what, they used to ask us after the Olympics, when can I see you play again? She'd say 4 years. Now she could tell people on March 1st.
Already in the USA playing in the background in the arena.
Got silver. She was left off the team in Pyeongchang, which could have been devastating for any athlete, but she stayed with it. She went over to China. She traveled around, played in different leagues, came back, was on the team in Beijing in 2022, where they again won the silver. So just that elusive gold for her. She's still here. She's back at it, and she was such a critical part of this gold medal winning effort. For sure, all throughout the tournament. So very close gold, but we both played very well. They talked a lot about the youth and the talent, but you also saw some very solid.
And they sure as hell didn't have this set up very well, though. The medal presentation ceremony. This shit's taking forever. They're waiting for Switzerland to show up in the arena. They're waiting for the bronze medalists to show up in the arena.
The goal. People will return for the medal ceremony following a 2-1 overtime victory for the United States. But when you have a shake back to the studio.
They're going to a commercial, y'all.
Watching now. I mean, it's what you expect from a U.S.-Canada matchup. A one-goal game, practically even. But yeah, when that puck went across and the gloves fly and they're jumping on their goalie and hugging. You just sort of relive that moment.
All right, chat. I'm going to get out of here because I don't think they got the bronze medalists anywhere near the arena. But I'll be. This is the only stream for today here on the channel. We ended up damn near 12,000 views, so I appreciate that. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Olympic hockey. This time, the men in the semifinals against Slovakia. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. Once again, we're over 31.5. Can we hold it this time? I don't know. Can we hold it 31,506? We got 153 members on the channel. But I'm going to get out of here, probably let Thor out and do his business, maybe take a little nappy. This was the 7th gold medal game between the two teams at the Olympics. Okay, they're sending it out for the medal ceremony. Maybe I'll hang out. Looks like the Italian military is bringing in the medals. Well, let's check this out. Perhaps I was a bit hasty. So no podium, y'all. They're lined up on the ice. The U.S. at center ice, bracketed by the silver and the bronze medalist. Canada on the left side of your TV screen. Nufo checking his point balance. So I imagine they're speaking in English and Italian. Tricia Smith. I don't know who she is. Somebody for the IOC. Thor. Thornelius. Stop it. Here, let me let you out. USA for Life says user. Imagine being that big of a loser to hang out on the internet to try to spread your hate. Eat a hot dog, loser. Oh, now let's start giving out some medals. Jackson in the house says USA, baby. Let's go. All right, so they're handing out the bronze medal. They won their game in overtime, did Switzerland. And they're currently receiving their bronze medals.
North America between the U.S. and Canada, the gap is closing. Athlete, I mean, Switzerland lost 2-1 to Team Canada in the semifinal. It was they are.
What's that?
They all play together. A lot of them now have this league to play in. There are some private leagues in Europe, but
Valhalla give out gold points.
Gap is closing. Put in perspective, in Beijing, when Canada went home, they outscored their opponents.
Talking about how the gap is closing in the level of competition between the countries, just like Obe was mentioning earlier in the stream.
nominal tournament. And then Czechia they were disappointed. They were heavy favorite for the bronze medal. Sweden came out of Pool B to get to the crossover round and lost to Team USA, and then had to take it to overtime to fall and get hard place to these Swiss men. Yard urged right now to next level before the flag.
Buddy. Come here. You want a Cheeto? Thor? You want a Cheeto? Come here. All right, so Switzerland has got their bronze. Now I imagine they'll hand them over to old Canada. Congratulations to Canada. Silver in the Olympics. Hey. Hey. That's why your feet hurt, because you won't quit messing with them. You never doubted him, huh, Shelby? I did. I was nervous. 33-2 U.S. goals versus opponents in this tournament. Good stat from Newfolk.
When we came through, and that's not like that's an incredible development and growth and evolution of women's hockey. No, AJ, we asked about that about Ellen yesterday. She was on Facebook. I think it's like after official practice and then out. Doing little skill drills on first of all, that's how much Ellen is telling them.
Still giving the medals to Switzerland. I ain't got enough patience for all this, y'all. I ain't got enough patience. They're not done with Switzerland yet. Yeah, I'm going to end it, y'all. I'm going to end it. We'll see you tomorrow for more hockey. You took a break? All right, so the picture for Switzerland with their bronze, they gave them some little mascot teddy bears or whatever. And now Canada will step up on the green carpet. You came back on another account? You freaking loser. Stay until they pop the champagne? How about I stay until I put you on a plane? How about I stay that long? Let's put you on a plane. Hit the bricks. Triple sixes on the flight pattern there. So fitting. Wrong button. Canada not happy at all, chat, to receive silver. This gal ain't bullshitting. She be putting the medals on their necks and moving on. Next.
Up getting pulled in the preliminary round game against Team USA. She comes back today and shut the door for almost 58 minutes. No goals against. They caught. They needed. There's just.
Devastated, y'all. Devastated, and you got to admire that. I think. I think you got to admire that. Not unsportsmanlike at all. They're just sad that they lost the gold. They didn't win the gold. They had the game won.
The silver. I learned more losing than I did from winning. I think there's a lot that goes into it. We work just as hard. It doesn't mean we failed. It means that we just fell short on that particular day.
Four fingerprints on the goal line.
Yeah, that's good. But it does take some time for that.
Now they're giving them the little mascot bears.
They really left nothing on the table. I mean, maybe we can go back and have regret here and there, but I don't.
Say hockey couldn't have won without the shirt. Why can't taxpayers watch the game? This talk is bull. Miguel Sandoval in the house.
Canada receiving their silver medals and mascot. Sensation of their gold medals.
All right, so Canada's medals have been presented. They'll get the picture, but Canada wins silver.
Sorry, peace. Representing the United States of America.
They don't do the anthems anymore. They don't do the national anthem for the gold winning team. Interesting. USA, USA, the chat. Maybe after the medals are awarded. Some of these ladies, it's their second gold medal. Yeah, way to go, girls.
the three brothers in the crowd.
Make herself go back to Wisconsin. See if she can keep the winning ways going. She had an epic game last year. Little championship game for Wisconsin, winning it with another Badger teammate.
Edward shot deflected in by Hillary Knight. The tie again. Was coming down. First, second, book down. Switch on the teams. The unchecked.
So after the medals, Jeff? Hillary Knight gets hers. My TV's on ice skating, says James Giles. Yeah, I'm on USA Network on cable. If you really want to be angry about something, James, if the U.S. men advance to the gold medal game on Sunday, that game's going to be played early in the morning on TV. I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I mean, that's the time that it's going to be whether the U.S. advances or not. But and so the medals have been rewarded. They're handing out the little mascot plushies to the ladies now. Again, I'll be live tomorrow for the U.S. men's semifinal game against Slovakia. That is a 1 o'clock start Arizona time, noon on the West Coast, 3 o'clock on the East Coast.
Listen in and see what sort of pitch that these girls have.
All right, here we go. The national anthem of the United States. Yeah, baby. Let's go. All the ladies sang, the entire team sang every word to the anthem. And the United States women's hockey team are gold medal winners at the 2026 Winter Olympics. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. All righty, Shelby. I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for more Olympic ice hockey. Valhalla Sports Talk is off the air.